Yo, what's good, guys? I'd just like to say to the dude that commented on my video yesterday that I am getting a new pop filter. I have a built-in one, but it's kind of shitty, so I need a new stand, so I just ordered a pop filter and a new stand. Just thought I'd get that out the way. So anyways, this story takes place at a house that where I used to live by a cemetery. A lot of stories took place over here, and I'm going to be telling a lot of stories about whenever I lived over here. But I was just hanging out with all my friends. We were just hanging out, and we ended up meeting this new kid, and he seemed pretty cool, so I invited him to my house earlier to stay the night and play games and everything. And my mom had to go somewhere, so they asked my friend's sister, not the friend that I invited over to my house, but the ones I was hanging out with earlier, if she would babysit me. And she was probably 17 years old. I was probably around 13, and the kid was 15. So me and him was just playing video games, and we eventually got bored of that. So we went in the living room, was just watching movies, chilling, everything. We was all hanging out. The babysitter was cool. Everybody was cool. We was just chilling, having a good time. And we eventually were just chilling, and they ended up getting closer. They're talking a lot more. I didn't really think too much of it because, I mean, they were more close to the same age. And eventually, I get up and go to my room and play video games and shit just because I got bored. And I come into my living room probably around an hour later, and I'm hearing noises and shit, and I look over the couch, I'm like, what is that? They were straight up fucking on my couch. I was like, yo, what? So I just, like, slowly backed up, went to my room, shut the door, and was just thinking to myself, like, what the fuck there's no way they're fucking on my, are you kidding me? So I wasn't about to let this happen, but I was kind of a little, like, shy kid, so I decided just to act like I didn't see anything and go into my kitchen. And I go into my kitchen, I open the fridge, and I can just hear them slowly just, like, stop, like, just completely stop. And they're whispering to each other. I grab probably a drink or something, I go into my room, and dude pops that up and is like, what are you doing? I'm like, getting a drink? What are you doing? He was like, oh, none. Just laying down trying to sleep. I was like, oh, okay. So I eventually go back to my room, and I shit you not, I could hear banging on my fucking wall. So I eventually got sick of that shit. I walked in there, I was like, hey. They freaked the fuck out, like pulled the blankets over each other, just like freaked out. I was like I'm not trying to be a dick, but this is my house, and I'd appreciate it if y'all didn't fuck on my couch. And they were just like, we're not doing it. I was like, dude, I'm not fucking dumb. Like, I may be young, but I'm not dumb. Just stop. And he was like, sorry, dude. I was like, okay. So they stopped. So it was good. They stopped. It wasn't that big of a deal. I go back to my room. I'm just sitting there like, yo, what the fuck? And I call up one of my friends. I'm like, bro, I need to talk to you about your sister. So he was like, alright, I'll be in the back. Because I had this little, like, man cave thing that me and a bunch of my friends spent hours building. Like, it was a greenhouse. Like, all glass and everything. But what we did, we cleaned it out. There was hella bricks in there. We spent hours and hours and hours. So we cleaned it out. We put two big beds. It wasn't that big. But we put two big chairs in there. Like lazy boys or whatever you call it, and a big ass TV in my Xbox. So we went in there, we're talking and everything. I'm like, dude, your sister was fucking that kid we met today. He was like, no. I'm like, dude, I swear to fucking God. Like, I walked in the living room, I could hear noises and shit. I looked over the couch and seen him doing it, and then I eventually stopped it. He was like, dude, are you serious? Like, I'm honestly kind of pissed off. And he was like, yeah, me too. So we decided to say fuck it, and we went and snuck out, and we was pissed off. We was just talking, and we was walking through the cemetery and everything. Everything was cool, but we seen this flashlight like way above us. Like, we were like, what the hell is that? And we walk over to it, and it's a security guard. So we were like, oh shit, and we hide underneath this bush, and we were just like, what the hell? Oh my God, we're gonna get in so much shit. So we decided, what is he gonna do? Honestly, so we turned around and just started walking away. Dude fucking pulls up on his little golf cart and is like, hey, you kids aren't supposed to be out here that late. And like, we're just walking through. And like, well, the gates are closed. How'd you even get in here? And we're like, oh, I'm sorry. We fucking jumped it. We weren't trying to tell him. And he was just like, just get out of here. And I'm like, all right. And he followed us to it. And we literally climbed the fence right in front of him. It was the most awkwardest shit ever. We're walking. We eventually go to his house, and we knock on his window. And we go to our friends. I'm going to just give him the name. Brandon. I don't know. So we go to Brandon's house, and we're just hanging out and everything. His sister's pretty cool. We were cram-packed in this motherfucker. We were watching this scary movie, and I remember his dad walked out of his hallway in this scary-ass, I don't know what kind of mask it was, but this scary-ass mask. I'm like, boo! It scared the shit out of us. And I just freaking out. He was just sitting there. Look at the white boy, he freaked out. I'm just sitting here like, oh, thanks, man. I had to just, okay, thanks. So, we get a drink and we go back to Brandon's room. I'm pretty sure that's what I gave his name. And we're all hanging out. His sister's in there. And we eventually figure out that my babysitter and my friend's looking for me. And I mean, I wasn't in the house. I wasn't fucking coming back. Like, fuck that. But so we just told his fucking parents that don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. And they were kind of chill, so they didn't really care. But we're playing this one game. I can't remember what it was. And we eventually, somebody dared his sister. Some weird ass shit happened. And his sister and like 3 other people were trying to tear my pants off. Like, weird ass shit, I know. I look back at it now and I'm just in complete cringe. But yeah, I can't remember if they wanted me to show them like my dick or what, but it was some weird ass shit. So I pulled my pants. I'm like, they ain't sick. My boxers were there and everything. But I was just like, yo, like seriously? Like, I went on this full ass